the center, Chiwa and O'Meara. They were kind of looked like they were about to arm wrestle, Chuck.
He's had to push them apart 3 times now.
And they're still tight. The tap goes up, and Miami will control. Joseph takes it for the Hurricanes. Again, moving right to left, top of the key. O'Meara, now they swing it around the horn on the right side. Pack up top by Pack. Second team All-ACC preseason player. Passes on the left side. Miami shooting a 3, and Georgia comes down with the first rebound of the ball game. Yep. O'Meara couldn't find the target. 4
red shirts on that glass. That was great to see.
Melendez over on the left to Demery. Brings it back out top to Melendez between the rings. 18 on the shot clock. No score. Georgia and 12th ranked Miami. Melendez into a double team. Now he moves it back to the right. Deflected out of bounds off of one of the Hurricanes. That was Pack. It'll be Georgia basketball. 9 on the shot clock. Just under 40 seconds old in this ball game here in the Bahamas. So Melendez will inbound on the sideline. Underneath, shot up, no good. A point-blank miss from Abdur-Rahim. And the Miami Hurricanes with their second possession of the ball game. 19-12 remaining. We're scoreless.
Jabri at a little bit of an odd angle, but he just put a little too much on it.
O'Meara underneath. Kicks out near corner. Poplar with the 3, and that shot's off. Short, no good. Chuck, we talked about this earlier. Sometimes these small gyms have problems with shooters, or vice versa, I should say. Melendez a 3 from the left side. It's in and out short. Rebound, Miami and O'Meara. Canes want to run. Joseph between the rings, trying to get a screen from O'Meara. Now he leaves on the right side for Pack. The give to Cleveland. His first touch of the ball game in the corner. Stepping out of bounds, one of the Miami players.
That's court awareness. And that could also be, an adjustment for these kids playing on this floor for the first time is, where you are and not having that foot on the out of bounds line as you take a pass.
Demery for Georgia, pestered by Miami, moving it up the floor. Thomason now between the rings, 19 on the shot clock for the Dogs. Moving left to right, still scoreless. Chiwa at the top of the foul line, drives the left side of the lane, has his pocket picked by Joseph. Joseph running the floor quickly to Cleveland. He puts it up and scores in front of the basket for the first bucket of the game. 2-0 Miami. Georgia quickly back. Demery into the low post. Kick out. Deep 3 from Abdur-Rahim. His shot is off. No good. Chiwa with an offensive board for the Dogs. He'll work down in the low block. Put up the shot. It's no good. The rebound ripped down by Poplar in Miami. Coming the other way. Joseph quickly. 3-ball. In and out. No good. Chiwa with another board. 2 straight boards from Chiwa. That's a good sign, Chuck.
That is. Russell, the big guy, doing some work on the glass early here.
Melendez with the basketball up top to Thomason. Looking for a screen. Now calls it off. 2 between the leg dribbles at the left elbow. Now back up to Demery on the right side. 15 on the shot clock. Canes up 2 on the Dogs early. Demery, jump stop. Nowhere to go. Down to Chiwa in the right block. Spins into the lane. Moves a jump hook. Clangs it off the front of the rim. No good. Miami with the rebound. Back up the floor. Pack. Kick out. Right side 3 from Cleveland. It's no good. Rebound. Comes up Miami. An offensive board. Joseph to the left. Poplar drives. Puts up the jump shot. He can't find the mark. And Georgia with the rebound.
They're giving us every opportunity here.
Demery Jr. drives the lane. Point-blank layup and can't get it to fall. Miami with the rebound. 16:50 remaining first half. 2-0 Miami leads Georgia.
And that is our 4th missed point-blank opportunity.
A deep 3 from the center of the ball, O'Meara, and he nails it to make it 5-0 Miami. Strive 5 straight points to start this game, Chuck.
Well, this is too reminiscent of our game with Oregon a week ago. Monday a week ago.
And Thomason, a step-back 3. Gets the Dogs started, and the coaching staff begging for the Dogs to come up and try a trap, or at least a 3-quarter court press. 5-3 the score. Miami leads. It's 16:09 remaining first half. Joseph with the basketball for the Canes. Over to Pack, looking in the corner, but now lobs backdoor with the jam. O'Meara got loose. Good assist.
Yeah, they caught Russell looking the other way, and he went right behind him. They lobbed it over Russell, which is quite a lob, and the easy slam.
Thomason with the crossover, spin to the right, jump shot, 15-footer swish. Great bucket. 7-5 now, Miami leads Georgia, 15:37 remaining in the first half. Another three ball, wide open. Omier left, coming down with the rebound after the miss is Chiwa.
Yeah, another one.
And he is racking up the boards here. A nice no-look pass underneath to Melendez, who scores from the right side of the bucket at point-blank range. Ties it at 7. 15-16 remaining here, first half action. Pack with the basketball between the rings, looking for help. On the right wing to Joseph, back near wing. Poplar's three, it's off the mark. Rebound, Georgia, Demery.
Dogs are working the defensive boards terrifically.
15-minute mark. Demery drives the lane and scores in front of the bucket. Georgia with its first lead of the ball game at 14:54 remaining first half. 9-7 Dogs up on Miami.
Just a nice move by the true freshman. They had the flop. They didn't get called for it, but they tried it.
On the right side, Joseph with the basketball underneath to Omier. His shot is up, no good. We had a shot at the rebound, but it got out of the outstretched arms of Abdur-Rahim, and a putback for Miami ties it at 9. Dogs with the basketball. Thomason left wing, three from deep. It's down and out, no good. Ripped down, the rebound was Omier for Miami. Back up the floor, Joseph to Poplar. Back to Joseph on the right wing. Drives into the corner. Omier back with it. Joseph, corner three from Pack. In and out, no good. Rebound Melendez for the Dogs. 14-minute mark, first half. Tied at 9. Thomason moves it to Demery on the right wing. Demery moving back up top. Looking for Chiwa. He's on the right elbow. Back to Thomason. He steps back, shoots a deep two. It goes down and out. Skying for the rebound was Miami's Cleveland, and he comes up with it. Cross court, bounce past Joseph. Underneath for the dunk, Poplar, and he's fouled.
Well, it was a good block, though. It was really a good block. He may have just barely caught him, but
the bucket was no. Poplar will go to the free throw line after the first foul of the ball game, committed by R.J. Melendez. His first free throw on the way and good. That snaps the 9-all tie and gives Miami the 1-point lead with 13:37 remaining in the first half. Poplar with some pink shoes on stands out around his white uniform as he makes the second free throw as well. Those are the first free throws Poplar shot this season. Dogs basketball. Into the game, DeLoach out of the timeout. Demery Jr. saved a backcourt violation there, and with 12 on the shot clock, will go to work on the right wing. DeLoach asking for some help. They dump it down low to him. He pulls up a jump shot from the right side, 5 feet out. Can't make it. No backboard to speak of from that shot angle, and Miami quickly back down the floor. A pump drive by Poplar. It's knocked out of there. Coming up with the basketball is Hill. He throws it on the right side over to Kane, and he scores from the right end.
They had that little 2-on-1. You thought if they play this right, they got an easy bucket, and they did.
Ties it at 11. Pack with the basketball for Miami. Pitch and catch with Poplar. Throws it into Omier. He thinks better of a jump shot. Takes a step to the right and shoots it. It's no good. Rebound Dogs. On the right side for Georgia, it's Kane. He puts up and scores. 13-11. Now for the Dogs, 12:25 remaining in the first half. And the Canes with the basketball, shooting 1 for their last 7, Chuck. With the basketball, top of the key. Pack drives the right elbow. Hill reaches in and stops him. The Dogs wanted a double dribble, but didn't get it. Now up top to George. He drives the lane. Kick out three. Poplar wide open. It's no good. Rebound ripped down by Hill. Demery up the far boundary on the right side. Kick out left side. 3 on the way from Kane. It's good. Scana Energy three-pointer from Blue Kane, and the Dogs have their biggest lead of the afternoon, 16-11.
Young man's feeling it,
remaining. Yes, he is.
You could tell when that ball hit his hands, he was going to let it go.
That's a good sign for Georgia. Poplar on the left wing. Directing traffic is Pack. The point guard moves to his left in the lane. Pull-up jump shot. It's no good. Rebound Georgia and DeLoach.
Well, the Canes are not getting second opportunities, and that is great news.
Hill with the basketball on the right. Drives baseline, same side. Looking for help. Kick out up top. Kane leaves for Demery on the left. Deloach, top of the key. Looking for help as well. Picks up his dribble. Now Demery with the shot clock at 9. Jacks up a 3 and knocks it down.
You better believe Blair and Eagle start to look for a timeout here.
Demery with the 3 makes it 19-11 for Georgia. That's a Scana Energy three-pointer. O'Meara drives the lane. They're going to call a foul against Georgia, and I think they're going to get Demery there for his first.
Defensive glass. In fact, now leading Miami on the defensive glass and rebounding, which cuts down some of those second opportunities, and to continue to play that great defense that's got them shooting 11% from behind the three-point line.
Inside the Huddle with Chuck Dowdle, brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. O'Meara's first free throw was good, so was his second. So he cuts the lead to 6 with 10:52 remaining first half. It'll be Georgia basketball. Just 2 fouls called so far in this game, Chuck Dowdle.
Yeah, that's a good thing because there are a lot of kids that want to stay out of foul trouble in this one, so they can be available.
Hill brings the ball up for Georgia on the right side, shooting on the basket to our right. He's going to dump it down low to Deloach, who puts up the shot from the right side, short arms it. Miami fighting for it. A bunch of dogs down there, and they're going to come up with it. The Canes quickly. Cleveland, left side Joseph. He pulls down, thinks better of the 3. Miami coming out with a little more pressure and intensity here after the under 12.
You see where the dogs, though, are pushing that defense. They're pushing the Miami offense up court.
Well, like you said, Chuck, Miami coming into this ball game shooting 50% from beyond the arc as a whole. With the basketball now on the right side, Casey. Back up top to Cleveland. Cleveland jacks up a 3 and knocks it down with 1 second left on the shot clock. And it's 19-16, the Georgia lead. 10-minute mark. First half. Hill drives around his man down low. Double clutches, puts up the shot. It's too strong. Rebound Poplar for Miami. Across the timeline, quickly. Drives into the lane, puts up the runner. It's no good. Out of bounds. Tipped out by Georgia. It'll be Miami basketball.
Well, he was totally out of control, but transition, Georgia did a pretty good job. Could have gotten a few more red jerseys back, but they got enough back to block his path to the basket. And you saw what Miami wanted to do. I mean, they were just right up the floor instantly.
Georgia being led by Blue Kane. He's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc this evening, or afternoon rather. Miami to inbound under their own basket. They do so quickly. Pump fake in the near corner from Pack. Kick out, right side, or left side 3 rather, is no good, too strong. That was Casey. He couldn't find the mark. Georgia rebound. Hill up the floor as the Dogs try to control this tempo. Thomason top of the key, 19 on the clock. Shewa back in the ball game. Thomason tried to go between his legs and lost the dribble. Now he's stuck, moves to his left, drives the lane, double clutches, and he's fouled in the act of shooting and will go to the line.
So the Dogs will get their first trip to the line today, and that's good news for Georgia. But in the meantime, they've got to be very conscious. You know, as you're running that clock offensively, you've got to be conscious of, if we miss this, we got to get ready to get back in transition defense.
Pack with his first foul in the ball game for Miami, the team's first. Free throw good. Thomason coming into the ball game, shooting 50% from the line. It's a good start for him. Announcer's jinx, but the Dogs get the rebound, and it's Thomason who does so. Chiwa top of the key. He drives the lane, loses the handle, but a reach-in foul called against Miami. They did not like that. A.J. Casey commits the foul.
Well, that's just a foul on the floor, so it'll be Georgia's basketball. No free throw. But Russell's got to remember he's 7 feet tall. And when he starts to dribble, that ball comes up. It gives guys a lot of opportunity to get their hands in.
Dylan James goes to the bench. And Abdur-Rahim comes in for him for Georgia. And a foul off the ball. It's going to go against Miami.
Yes,
that's Matthew Cleveland. And Chiwa gives a clap of exuberance after that foul. That's now the third Miami team foul. Georgia to inbound, baseline underneath the basket to the left, kick out. Abdur-Rahim's three is no good. Chiwa with another offensive board. Down in the block, moves into the front of the rim, puts up the jump hook. Can he get the roll? No. Miami comes down with it. A reach-in foul is going to go against Chiwa, and they kind of had to call that. He got tied up down there, Chuck, and he couldn't really do anything about it.
Well, Russell needs a break or two when he gets down there because he doesn't have the smoothest move around the basket. And the ball bounces around a little bit, and then that time it didn't go, and then he gets a little frustrated and reaches in.
The Dogs haven't made any of their last 4 shots. Miami's one of their last 8. Not much offense here. Dogs shooting 38%, Miami 25%. Canes with the basketball, trailing your Dogs 20-16, 8:41 remaining first half. Top of the key, crossover dribble, Pack to his left. Now looking for Omier. Underneath, cutting and shooting and scoring. The reverse layup, Matthew Cleveland. That was a nice drawn-up play, Chuck.
No doubt that they ran that perfectly. Great execution by the Canes. The Dogs' defense, they had that zone defense. Miami found the weakness.
Melendez almost threw it away. Now he gets it back on the right side, 15 on the shot clock. Thomason now moves it back up top. A high screen from Chiwa. Moves to his right on the wing, crossover, step back, 3 on the way, and good! Thomason knocks down the Scana Energy three-pointer, and the Dogs push the lead to 23-18, 8-minute mark, first half.
Well, that move looks very familiar to Niagara basketball fans because he used that a lot there.
Omier kick out on the right side to Pack, pull up, 3 ball, no good, too strong. Chiwa runs down the board. Chiwa's 5th rebound of the ball game, Chuck, with 7:38 remaining. Dogs basketball, shooting on the goal to our right. Melendez drives underneath, tries to dunk it, rejected at the lane by Omier. Miami going the other way quickly. The dump down to Pack. He shoots and misses, but he's fouled in the act. He'll shoot 2. Georgia 23, 12th ranked Miami 18. So Miami now, after the personal foul by Abdur-Rahim, will go to the free throw line as Pack makes the first of 2. 23-19, the Georgia lead. 7:25 remaining here first half. You can see a lot of purple over there behind the Miami bench, Chuck. A lot of Kansas State fans here. Second free throw is good as well. They will play Providence in the game right after this one.
Yeah, and Providence brought a huge contingent of fans. They were all over the hotel.
Georgia with the basketball. Demery to Thomason up top, double team. They're trying to run a half-court trap with Miami. Demery on the right side, now back up top between the rings. 14 remaining on the shot clock. A 3 on the way from Thomason. It's no good. Short-sided it. And now the Miami Hurricanes will get the ball back with a chance to tie it with a 3 at the 7-minute mark of the first half. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Georgia Bulldog Sports Network. Miami basketball. Omier almost loses it in the backcourt. Now he regains. Cross-court pass near side to Joseph. In the lane, they give to Cleveland's turnaround jumper is good. That cuts the Georgia lead to 1, and Miami all of a sudden heating up with 6:33 remaining. Chiwa gets the ball in the low block on the goal to our right, spins underneath, puts up the shot, but travels before he does so, and another turnover by Georgia.
Well, the Dogs are they're getting a good effort out of Russell Chiwa, but you're not going to make a living points-wise feeding Russell down low like that. Not when there's a guy on him.
Little pause in the action here as Georgia sets up a 3/4 court trap, it looks like. With 6:25 remaining, the Dogs lead 12th ranked Miami now by 1. As Georgia's gone a little cold, 1 for their last 7. Kane putting pressure on. Omier gets it inside the court. Forecourt, rather. Pack on the right wing, left wing. Now moves up top. To give it to Watson. Shot up, no good. Georgia fighting for the rebound. Cleveland left all alone. Gets the offensive board and the bunny.
Bounced right out of our hands.
Kane comes back down for Georgia. Cross-court pass, loses it at backcourt out of bounds as Kane threw an errant pass over the head of Demery. And Georgia over 2 minutes now without a bucket and a few turnovers.
Well, we've gotten a little out of sync with our play. You can see the passing isn't crisp. You can tell they're not going with the basketball exactly where they want it to go. And then they're not making shots, too, which is going to be critical here with this team as you move through this game.
Miami with a 1-point lead. O'Meara gets his spot right where he wants it on the left low block. Cross-court pass up top to Cleveland. Cleveland drives in the right alley. He misses the shot, but they're going to call a foul against O'Meara, an offensive box out. And O'Meara talking to Marcus Pettigrew about an explanation.
That's their fourth team foul on Miami. So each team with 4 team fouls with 5:38 to play here in the first half.
Georgia basketball try to get off the schneid and break this 2.5-minute scoring drought. 5:30 remaining first half. Jim's gotten quiet. 24-23, Miami leads it. Kane pulls the trigger on a deep three and swishes it.
My goodness.
Goodness gracious, he didn't hesitate. That's a Scana Energy three-pointer. And Georgia retakes the lead, 26-24. And Kane's 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. Miami quickly down into their front court. Moving to the right, Joseph puts up a jump shot. It's no good. Gets his own rebound. Kick out left side, Poplar. And he answers the three by Kane for Georgia. 27-26, Miami leads it.
Second chance opportunity for Miami, and they took full advantage.
Demery with the basketball, kick out left side, pass underneath is airing it out of bounds, but they're going to say it's deflected off the hands of Miami, and the officials are going to get together and talk about it.
Yeah, because one official thought that, the other official thought it was off Georgia. He was signaling for Miami to have the ball. And looks like they've decided that
Miami is going to get the ball. So Miami has a 1-point lead on Georgia. 4:44 remaining here in the first half. Both teams with 4 team fouls. Georgia shooting 40%. Miami 32%. And they're going to call a foul against Georgia.
On Kane, Blue Kane. He was playing in your grill defense. And just got whistled for it.
Kane's first, team's 5th. Now Pack will go back to work for Miami. Poplar playing pitch and catch. Cleveland at the top of the key. Now back to Poplar on the right side. Throws it up top to Pack. Crossover dribble. Step back 3 on the way. It's good. Nothing but net. Right over Kane.
Well, that's what they can do.
30-26, Miami leads Georgia. Georgia throws the ball away. 3-on-1 opportunity for the Canes. Pack to the lob, and the miss for O'Meara. A foul on the putback after the offensive board. It'll go against Georgia, and the bucket is good.
Well, that went just about as bad as Georgia could hope. I mean, or as Miami could hope, because bad for Georgia. They miss a layup on the other end. They don't get back quickly enough in transition defense. The Canes missed their first opportunity, missed their second, and then make their third and draw a foul.
So with 4:04 remaining, Miami on a 6-0 run in the last minute off of 4 Georgia turnovers in the last 4 minutes.
And see those empty possessions, Cam? Those are extra possessions for a team that you're trying to hold the score down on.
Shot up, no, it is good to complete the 3-point play by Poplar. And now Georgia, with 4 minutes remaining, needs to stop the bleeding. You get it to Kane behind the back dribble. Looking for some help, gets it to Demery. Miami's really picked up its man-to-man defense. Demery drives the lane, double clutches, puts up the shot, no good. Tapped off the glass into the hands of Miami. Up quickly, Joseph into the forecourt, pulls the trigger on a 3 and knocks it down. Gives the arrow sign on the way back, and Mike White wants a timeout, rightfully so, as the lead for Miami is now at 10. Go Dogs. So Georgia basketball will try to cut into this 10-point Miami lead with 3:30 remaining in the ball game. Kane out top. Leaves on the right wing for Deloach. A three from Abdur-Rahim. It's down and out, no good. One Bulldog down there fighting against four Canes for the board. It was Deloach, and now the Canes have it quickly into the front court. Pack, cross-court pass, driving inside is Cleveland in the alley. Right wing, flip to Poplar. He loses the handle. Georgia comes up with the turnover. Abdur-Rahim, left side of the lane, puts up the shot. They're going to call a charge against number one, Jabri Abdur-Rahim, and that was a good call.
That was a good call, and I will tell you, Blue Cane did a good job to tip that ball to get that break going. Jabri off to a rough start here. One of the things that Cane, we were talking about giving them second chances. We have no second chance points. They've got 9. And right now, that's in a 10-point game.
That's the 7th team foul on the Dogs. 3 minutes remaining. Miami up 36-26 on Georgia. Canes ball, Joseph at half court. Dogs looking to trap. Joseph to O'Meara at the top of the key. Now to Poplar on the left wing. Moves it across center court. Throws it on the right side to Pack, who pulls up for 3. And it's in and out, no good. Rebound for the Dogs is Demery. Thomason the other way, top of the key, drives into the alley, kick out, left side, Demery is 3. No good. Rebound, Miami. Poplar with the board to Joseph across half court. Shooting on the basket to our left, 2:20 remaining underneath to O'Meara. O'Meara spins, muscles his way inside, and they're going to wave off any bucket. There's a foul going to be called against the Dogs.
I think on Deloach.
And it is Deloach. That's his first team foul, and that's his first foul, 18th foul for the Dogs. So we're going to shoot 1-1 for O'Meara. Ansel Amibi into the ball game for Georgia. And O'Meara misses the front end of the 1-1. 10-point game. The ball quickly up the floor for Georgia. On the left side, it's Thomason. He gets a high screen from Ansel Amibi. Dribbles too much, almost loses it. 14 on the shot clock. Kane pulls up for 3. It's way off the mark. His first miss of the ball game. Miami up the floor. Joseph has it. Drives around the defender, into the lane, step back, jump shot, no good. Rebound for Georgia, another one for Demery. He crosses his man over into the alley. Nice drive to the bucket. Can't get it to go, but he's fouled at the rim. He'll shoot 2.
Well, that was a beautiful move by the true freshman going into the glass. And I thought he was going to get the poop and the foul, but it just wouldn't roll in for him.
36-26, 1:39 remaining in the ball game. That foul will go against Joseph, his first, the team's 5th. And Demery, the 75% free throw shooter, will go to the line.
He's got 2 shots.
For the first time today. First shot, no good. As a team, 1 of 3 from the line for Georgia. The officials having a conversation down there with somebody, and Demery will shoot the second. And it's good. So that breaks the almost 4-minute
36-26
scoring drought, but still no field goals. 1:30 to go in the first half. Georgia, again, playing most of this ball game very well until the under 6 timeout when Miami just exploded. Almost stolen away. Pack with the basketball for the Canes. A 3 on the way from Poplar. It's no good. Rebound Melendez for the Dogs. Melendez running, shooting at the rim, and he's fouled by Miami. And he'll shoot 2.
Well, that was quick up the floor by the Dogs. Great opportunity for Melendez there, and he took it right to them. So he played that exactly as you should. I mean, once he had the ball out in space and going, he went right down the lane. He had an outlet on the right, but the defender was kind of protecting that, so he took it right to the basket and drew the foul.
That's the 16th foul against Miami. Omir's second, as Melendez makes his first free throw of the ball game. (36-28) the Miami lead. Melendez's second free throw is also good. So a 7-point lead for Miami with about 1:10 remaining. It'd be nice if the Dogs could cut it to 5, Chuck, before the break. Pack with the basketball over to the right to Cleveland. Little three-man weave up top with Joseph. Pack now with it, controlling on the left side, under a minute to play. Drives to the right elbow, kick out three from Cleveland on the way. It's no good. Guess who gets the rebound? Demery again. Melendez, three ball on the way, off the mark, no good, and nobody there to rebound it for Georgia. Miami gets it, it's Poplar, and they're going to call the use it or lose it timeout as Jim Larinaga. His team leads at 36-29 with 38.9 seconds.
For a long time, how well they were shooting it. Now, they seem to have lost that touch here, but they can reclaim that.
It's about a 9-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Poplar with the basketball. Back and forth with Pack, top of the key. Pack almost gets it stolen away, but recollects. Pack with it, working on Melendez, drives the lane, puts up the shot and scores and is fouled.
Well, he beat Melendez off the dribble, got by him, and then once, that was beautiful. That was well executed offensively, because once he got by Melendez and got him on his back hip, he used his body, to protect the basketball as he laid it off the glass. And then Melendez, leaning in, trying to get the block, drew the foul too. So basket's good, going to the line.
You wanted to try to get it to 5, Chuck, with 50 seconds remaining, and now you're staring a 10-point deficit in the face if you're Georgia. After that, he had one opportunity with 18.4 seconds remaining. And all you could do now, Chuck, is hope for a good look in the last shot. The and one is good. A 10-point lead for Miami with 18 seconds remaining. So Thomason will slowly dribble it up. Across half court with 12 seconds remaining. Shot clock is off. Looking for some help. Abdur-Rahim cuts in front. Thomason loses the handle, a turnover. No more time on the clock. Miami had the basketball, and at halftime here of the Bahamas Championship, Miami is leading Georgia 39-29, Chuck.
Well, good.
Left this half, and we're underway, and the Dogs trying to climb out of a 10-point deficit. Dogs will start the ball game again with the second half with the basketball. Demery over to Abdur-Rahim, who starts the half, and the first thing the Dogs do is turn it over.
Well, that time he and some miscommunication between Silas and Jabri. Silas was going to the baseline. Jabri thought he was going to be at that spot and threw it to the spot, and it went out of bounds.
Pack on the left wing to Poplar, who swings it around to Joseph. Joseph looking for help, dumps it underneath to Cleveland. Kick out left side, pump fake, step in, shot on the way from Poplar. It's no good. And an offensive over the back goes against Omir.
Disbelief.
That's his third foul.
Disbelief. He's never, ever fouled anybody. And he's trying to explain that to the official that I have never fouled before.
Number 15.
And that means that Coach Jim Larinaga is going to go to going to ask for a review, I guess. They're going to review the play, the foul. So two of the officials will go to the monitor, one of them being Gary Maxwell, the other Marcus Pettigrew.
The only thing I think they can review is whether or not it was a flagrant. Correct?
And it looked like he got underneath the player, but nothing looked egregious to me. We don't have a monitor here, or can't see one.
Well, now they're going to come over here and look at.
They're going to come and tell TV what the situation is.
Well, we got a break and got a chance, because he won't come up here on the stage and tell us that. I know. Georgia's got some fans that traveled, and I think Kevin Price, his family, they're here. We've got Steve Goff. I saw his wife Lori here. Jeff Rothenberger brought his whole family. They live in Nashville. but they've got a place down here in the Bahamas. They flew over to this island to be here today for this and support Georgia basketball, and we really appreciate it. You know, when Dog fans travel with us, just like football does.
There's been some barking at Baja Mar, Chuck. That's for sure.
Well, that's good.
Let me tell you, there's an interesting thing has happened. Television has lost all of their monitors. So the officials weren't able to review that. They're just going to play on. The foul's going to stay against
Miami.
Omier.
Yep.
And now Georgia has the basketball. Abdur-Rahim pulls up for a three, and he's fouled by Miami's A.J. Casey. His second foul, team second.
Well, that was, you know, now if you're Jim Larinaga, you're looking at that like this. Wait a minute, that guy hadn't made a three all day, and now you're going to jump in his face and foul him behind the arc, send him to the line where he happens to be pretty darn good.
An 85% free throw shooter is Jabri Abdur-Rahim, and he makes his first.
All net.
And the second is all net as well. Maybe showing off a little bit for his father, who's in attendance this afternoon.
Yeah, Sharif, just one of the great players in Georgia basketball history. I'm talking about the state of Georgia.
And his son makes all three to cut the lead to 7 for Miami, who has the basketball. Across half court is Pack. You dump it underneath. Pack drives the lane and shoots and scores uncontested. A nice little give and go there, Chuck.
No doubt. They found a little hole in the defense, took full advantage.
41-32, the Miami lead. 18:56 remaining in the ball game. Abdur-Rahim to Chiwa on the left wing. Back up top. Abdur-Rahim tries to dribble into the lane. Steps back, nowhere to go. Picked up his dribble, in trouble. Thomason comes to help. 8 on the shot clock. Thomason crosses over to the right. Melendez's three is on the way. It's no good. Goes over the backboard. It'll be Miami basketball.
Well, credit Hurricane defense because they forced Georgia so late into the shot clock. We were forced to take a really bad shot.
41-32, the Miami lead. 18:30 remaining here in the second half at the Baja Mar Convention Center. A nice little dump underneath. They get it to A.J. Casey, and he scores with the bunny. Miami's largest lead of the afternoon now at 43-32. 18:15 remaining. Chiwa with the basketball, right elbow. Dribbles down the alley, puts up the shot. Can't get it to go all the way around the rim and out. Abdur-Rahim fighting for the basketball. It's taken away by Pack in Miami. Good effort there by the Dogs. They just couldn't get the basketball, Chuck.
Yeah, couldn't get a grip on it.
Pack with it now, top of the key between the rings. Moves to the right side. In the right corner to Joseph. Back up top to Poplar. Poplar shuffles down in the corner. Cleveland has it. Drives the lane. Kick out deflected by Demery. He's fouled by Poplar. That'll be Poplar's first and the team's third.
Silas Demery did a great job defensively. Really pull that basketball out of a crowd, take it away from Miami, and then up the floor.
So we told you coming out of halftime, if you're just joining us, Demery with a career-high 8 rebounds. His most recent career high was 5. He got those earlier in the year against Wake Forest. Abdur-Rahim to inbound near side. Gets it into Demery, top of the key. Moves to his left, now back to his right. Kane in the ball game. Up top to Deloach, top of the key. Moves to his left. Thomason thinks about a three, takes the three. Too strong. Over the back by Jordan's Jalen Deloach. That'll be his third foul and the team's first of the half.
Well, trying to be aggressive on the board, sometimes that's going to happen. You go in there hard, you know, and you just right over the top of a guy.
The Miami lead is 11, 17-20 to go in the ball game. Miami basketball. Casey with it. Picks up his dribble, looking for help. Now gives to Joseph. Top of the key, Pack. Underneath to Casey. Loses the handle, kick ball. Nope, they're going to call a foul.
They got Deloach again. That's 4 personals on him.
So Mike White will have to go to his bench before the inbound. That's the second team foul that goes against Georgia. That'll bring Anselm Eby off the bench for the Georgia Bulldogs. Poplar on the baseline. The goal to our right underneath. Gets it into Casey on the low block, right side. He's working against his man, puts up the shot and scores easily.
Well, that was not the prettiest shot I've ever seen. It kind of just slid off his hand, but it found the bottom of the net, so it was effective.
Miami up 45-32. Demery puts up the shot, and there's a lid on the basket for the Dogs. Miami comes up with the basketball. Poplar wincing after a thumb to the eye. Coach Mike White jumping in the air, asking for defense and a jump ball. Nice effort by the Dogs. Demery in there again, Chuck.
Well, they've got the possession arrow, so it'll remain with the Hurricanes.
Poplar basketball for Miami underneath the baseline to our right. Gives to Casey. Poplar with it, working against his man, puts up the shot. It's no good this time, and they're going to call a foul against Miami, an offensive board. That'll go against Cleveland, his second, and the team's fourth. As Georgia walks up the court with the basketball, trailing Miami 45-32, 16-17 remaining in the ballgame. Abdur-Rahim puts up the shot. It's no good. He's ice cold. Anselm Eby puts up the rebound, gets it outside to Kane, who misses, and now another whistle underneath is going to go against Miami. Nope, they're going to say Abdur-Rahim commits his third foul. One of the Canes was barking at an official about something after that foul. Not sure why you would do that if the ball is in your possession. Almost 16 minutes remaining. Miami leads at 45-32 on Georgia.
Dogs making another substitution.
James comes in for Anselm Eby. He goes to the bench after a quick outing. Georgia over 3 minutes without a basket here at the Baha Mar Championship against 12th ranked Miami. Canes with the basketball. In the half court to our right. Pack with the dribble, lob underneath. They tried to find Casey on the alley-oop, but an errant pass will bring us to our first media timeout. 13th ranked Miami, 45. Georgia, 32. 15:46 remaining. And
we're under 4 minutes of play gone. Over 4 minutes, of 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, Chuck, Dogs shooting 27% in this ball game so far, but they do have the basketball. We'll try to correct that. Hill drives the alley, puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebound Miami. Joseph pushing the issue, leaves on the right side for Casey. He loses the basketball into the outstretched arms of James. Georgia underneath.
There.
Puts the dunk through the basket.
Well, that's the way to do it. That's a no-doubter.
Anselm Eby with the first field goal of the second half for Georgia. Miami lead now 45-34 as we approach the 15-minute mark. Miami basketball. Joseph on the right wing, dribbles to the top of the key. Guarded by Demery. Off the screen. On the left wing for Poplar. Back to Demery. Driving the lane is Joseph. Puts up the shot from the right side and scores. That looked like a prayer that went in.
That was pretty. I got to give the man credit.
Lob underneath to Anselm Eby. The bunny is no good. He gets his own rebound, puts up the second shot, and it's no good, but he's fouled in the act. Could have gotten Casey there. If so, that's his third.
Called on Miami's number 23, A.J. Casey.
And it is.
That's who they got.
That's the fifth team foul for Miami. Anselm Eby will toe the line for the first time this afternoon. Blue Cane having a conversation over here with Marcus Pettigrew. And now Marcus
that's what
turns
you call
and talks to
That's
some
what you
fans.
call lobbying.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
His first free throw is no good. So the Dogs 7 of 10 from the charity stripe this afternoon. Substitutions for both teams. Demery goes to the bench. And Casey gets a breather for Miami. Second free throw is good. 47-35. Thomason comes up to meet the Canes in the front court. And now the Canes will go to work on the offensive end. Nwoko into the ball game for Miami. A jump stop three, top of the key from Poplar, tickles the twine.
Wow. That was a beautiful shot.
49-35, 14-13 remaining here in the ball game. Georgia basketball. Hill on the right side to Kane. Cross-court pass is intercepted by Joseph, who runs the floor and lays it in off the right side easily.
With the basket, number 4.
Just a freshman mistake from Blue Kane. He's done a lot of great things today. That's one he wishes he had back.
Dogs the Hurricanes passed the half 100 mark, 51-35, 13:47 remaining. Georgia basketball. Ansel Amibi working against Nwoko, and they're going to call Nwoko for the foul.
Number 1, Michael Nwoko, his first.
That's the team's 6th foul. So the Dogs to inbound under the basket to our left. On the side across from us, Georgia bench. Hill inbounds. Kane needs the three. He can't get it to go. In and out. Offensive rebound for Georgia. That's James. Kick out. Thomason three. He gets it. Boy, the Dogs needed that, Chuck.
I'm telling you, we've had so few. What was our second field goal this half?
Scana Energy three. And 51-38, the Miami lead. 13:20 remaining.
Yeah, our second field goal this half.
Kick out right side. Cleveland, his three is true. So just like that, Miami.
And somebody's hurt here.
Nix is the only really good thing that's happened to Georgia offensively in this half. James took a shot to the face. So he'll go to the bench and enter Abdur-Rahim for Georgia. He'll be the trigger man in front of the Miami bench. Our broadcast location directly across the Georgia bench. We're right across from Coach Mike White. Hill with the basketball. 13 minutes remaining. Georgia 54-38 trails. Thomason tries to get the foul on a fall away, and they're going to call a charge.
Oh, my goodness.
And
I wouldn't. That should have been he should be shooting three.
Offensive foul.
Thomason.
That was not an offensive.
Commits an offensive foul while shooting, Chuck.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
And that'll be the 4th foul against Georgia. They trail Miami 54-38, 12:55 remaining here in the ballgame. I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that one.
I mean, if he pushed off, I'm going to tell you that the call I thought was late because he was way up in the air. They almost hit the ground by the time that the official blew the whistle.
Don't understand that one, but nevertheless.
12:50 remaining here. Miami basketball here in the Bahamas. Joseph with it. Up to Nwoko. He drives into the free throw line, puts up the runner and scores. That's credit to Joseph. And the game getting a little bit out of hand. 56-38 Miami. Melendez pump fakes on the left side now. Leaves for Abdur-Rahim. Up at the free throw line. Hill on the right wing. Now he comes back top of the key. Way back up top. 16 on the shot clock. Leaves for Thomason, who drives, puts up the bunny, and doesn't score, but collects the foul. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, Noah was trying to bail us out there as that shot clock was winding down. So at least he gets to go to the line. Almost got it to go. Didn't quite climb it over the front of that rim.
Yeah, Joseph commits his second foul. That's the 7th foul for Miami, and Thomason can't hit the front end of the two-shot foul.
Since about the 10-minute mark of the first half, it's like the basket's just had a lid on it. Getting buckets has been like pulling teeth.
Second free throw goes back iron, front iron, and pops out. Miami gets the rebound. So Georgia, again, doesn't come away with any points. The pass underneath to Nwoko. Tries for the jam. Rejected by the basket. Melendez up underneath to Chiwa, and he's knocked out of bounds. The ball's knocked out of bounds underneath the basket by Miami. It'll be Georgia basketball.
The Cardinal sin for a big man. He caught the pass deep in the paint and then brought it down rather than just go straight up with it and dunk it. He brought it down first, and that enabled their defender to get to it.
Hill with the entry pass. Abdur-Rahim puts up a three. It's no good off the side of the rim. Miami with the board. And Pat will push the basketball up the floor, and Hill gets called for an arm foul.
Foul is called on Georgia's number 11, Justin.
11:49 remaining here in the ball game. 12th ranked Miami in control of Georgia, 56
for 11 shooting.
And Miami has the basketball, so they will inbound. Pack takes it off the trigger, top of the key. Moves to the left wing, now to the center. Gives it to Cleveland, who shoots the three. It's no good. O'Meara's back in the ball game with 3 fouls for Miami, so we'll keep an eye on that. Georgia across the timeline. Demery over on the right to Melendez. He's on the wing. Trapped there. Gets it down low to Deloach, who puts up the shot. He's fouled in the act.
A nice move into the lane there by Deloach. That was very well done. Went up with the left hand and just couldn't get it over the front of the rim, but drew that foul. So he'll go to the line. That's good offensive possession there for Georgia.
This is Deloach's first trip to the foul line this afternoon. His first shot is good. 56-39, the Miami lead. Cleveland will exit for Miami, as will Pack. Casey into the ball game as Christian Watson enters for the first time as well. Second free throw good for Deloach, and the Dogs needed that. It's a 16-point Miami lead, 11:20 remaining second half. Georgia across the timeline, or Miami rather. O'Meara with the basketball, leaves up top for Joseph. Back to Watson. Joseph on the right wing, underneath to O'Meara. Drives underneath his man and scores from the left side on the reverse layup. Deloach, nothing much he could do about that. Just a great move. Martinez into the front court for Georgia. Deloach now top of the key. Melendez looking for a shot here. Can't seem to find any openings. Hill now moves it around to Demery on the far side. Hill back to Demery. 10:40 remaining, 11 on the shot clock. Demery drives, pump fake, gets it up and scores from the left-hand side easily.
He's learning. He got his defender in the air and then went up.
And I'm going to tell you what, that 6'5 guard is playing 6'8 right now in the land of the bigs, scoring at will. Miami basketball. Watson drives, puts it up off the glass and scores from the right side. Can't afford to trade baskets here, Chuck, as we approach 10 minutes remaining. 60-42. Deloach into the lane, kick out, right side. Abdur-Rahim's three is not near the bucket.
Jabri's just having a tough time today getting the ball. Sometimes even great shooters, you have days where it just won't go.
He's 0 for 7, and Miami's attempt on the other end from Watson is no good, but he's fouled.
No good. Foul called on number 23, Jalen Deloach.
That's going to go against Jalen Deloach, and that's his fifth, so he will be walking shortly here to the bench as Chiwa comes back into the ball game. That's the 6th team foul on Georgia. Blue Kane coming into the ball game at the scorer's table as well. He's going to replace Abdur-Rahim. Correction, he'll replace Justin Hill in the lineup for the Bulldogs. And Christian Watson toes the line. First free throw is good. 61-42, the Miami lead. Second free throw on the way, and it's good. So it's a 20-point lead now for the 12th-ranked Hurricanes. And Blue Kane will bring the ball up the floor across the timeline for Georgia. Looking for some kind of spark. Demery with the basketball over to Kane on the right wing. Crossover back to Demery. Looking underneath the Chiwa. He's got the basketball and slams it.
Number 54.
You know, he's pretty tough. When he doesn't put the ball on the floor and dribble it, he's pretty strong under there.
That was a power move for sure. 62-44, the Miami lead. O'Meara left wide open. An errant three, tapped out by Miami, but into the arms of Abdur-Rahim. Dogs Melendez attacking the basket, puts up the shot. No good. Rebound, Miami. And Melendez looked like he got confused in midair, Chuck, whether he was going to lay it in or dunk it.
Dunk it, and it did neither.
Crossover on the other end by Joseph. Kick out on the left side. Now back up top to O'Meara. O'Meara on the right. Joseph's shot is good. A 17-foot jump shot with no backboard. Just a rainbow swish. And the lead back to 20 for Miami. 8:40 remaining. Kane between the rings. On the basket to our left. Moves around his man. Drives the lane. Puts up the layup and scores. Nice little drive down the right alley there.
And Blue doing a great job using his body to shield the defender and then getting the hoop.
64-46. Miami basketball out of the timeout, leading 64-46. And O'Meara, top of the key, has it. Poplar sprints across the top of the key. Now back to Pack, three-man weave. Pack with 10 on the shot clock, pulls it out. Over on the right side to Smith, or Joseph rather. Joseph has it between the legs for Pack, a 40-foot three. It's no good. Pack pulled up from the scorer's table on that one and missed it.
Well, he was forced to because they had gotten so deep in the shot clock.
Kane with the basketball for the Dogs. Chiwa now top of the key, looking back door for Abdur-Rahim. It's no good. Up top, Kane tickles the twine for the Scana Energy three-pointer. 64-49 Miami, 7:36 remaining. Canes with the basketball. The drive to the rack from Joseph on the left side was quick and sure. He was fouled in the act of shooting, missed the bucket. And so Chiwa commits his second foul.
Well,
Providence playing Kansas State in the second game tonight, right after this one.
Everywhere you turn in the hotel, there were Providence fans.
As Bensley Joseph connects on his first free throw out of the timeout to make it 65-49 Miami with 7:31 remaining in the game. Second free throw on the way. And it's good as well. Hits the front of the rim and rolls in. 66-49. Canes lead it. Demery with the handle. Up top, throws it away over the top of the outstretched arms of Moncrief. Miami basketball, Poplar at the free throw line. Kick out right side Joseph. He pulls it out. Going to work some clock here. High screen from O'Meara. Joseph leaves for Pat. Top of the key. Left side. Now inside the lane. Puts up the shot. It's no good. Ripped down by Kane. He almost threw it away as well. Abdur-Rahim up the near sideline. Hands to Demery. Top of the key. Chiwa with the basketball. Looking back door. Nothing doing. Chiwa picks up his dribble. Outside to Kane on the right wing, the pass. The shuffle right goes to Moncrief. He drives the lane and is fouled.
Well, M.A. will get an opportunity to go to the line here, and let's see what he's got in his pocket today. We've had no points from him.
That foul goes against Bensley Joseph, his third, and the team's ninth.
He gave us a little lift when he came off the bench against University of North Carolina Central. M.A. a transfer from Oklahoma State and did a great job for Georgia last year.
So M.A. at the free throw line. His first trip tonight. First free throw, good. 66-50 the lead for Miami. 6:41 remaining in the ball game. Thomason enters for Chiwa. And if you're keeping tabs, Jalen Deloach fouled out just before the media timeout. Second free throw, no good, so the lead for Miami remains 16, 6:34 remaining. In the game, Pack with the basketball, up top to O'Meara. Underneath, out of bounds. Poplar's drive is Barrett.
Just
and that'll
lost.
be Georgia basketball.
Lost it out of his hands, out of bounds. So break for the Dogs here. Now let's see if we can capitalize. One of the rare turnovers. I think that's only their 6th.
Demery to Abdur-Rahim. His shot is up. It's no good. He shorted it. Rebound Miami and Joseph. Miami's normally fast-paced tempo has really slowed here. Omir into the lane. Loses it. Miami regains. Pack drives underneath. No good. Rebound. Comes up Miami. Pump fake 3. Cleveland drives. Loses the rock. Kane comes up with it for Georgia. Thomason other way. Lay-in is good. 66-52 the lead. 5:39 remaining in the ball game.
All right. Do the Dogs have a little run in them here? Jabri with a nice pick of the pocket on that previous possession.
Miami still content to play slow. That's not their game, remember. Cleveland on the left side to Pack. 12 on the shot clock. Pack working against Kane. Into the lane. Kick out. Right side 3 on the way from Poplar.
Oh, my
In,
goodness.
out, around, and through.
They get every bounce and roll.
Kane down in the corner. Abdur-Rahim. Heath
There you
answers.
go.
Finally, says Jabari. Or Jabri, rather. Excuse me.
We answer the 3 with a 3.
And a timeout on the floor. 5 minutes remaining. Full court pressure by the Dogs. Pack went out limping, so Joseph with the handle almost loses it. Great effort by Hill. Recollecting. Pass to Omir. He loses it. Abdur-Rahim kick out right side. Thomason 3 from the corner. It's no good. The follow there. No good. Put back.
And the
Abdur-Rahim and the foul.
There you go, Jabri. Sliding it. Jabri was up in the air. That's dangerous. Guy slid underneath him. Took his legs out, but he finished the basket. Now he'll get a chance at the line here for the 3-point play.
Bucket here from Abdur-Rahim, who has really struggled. 2 of 10 shooting today. If he can convert this, he'll cut the lead to 11. 69-57. Miami leads Georgia. 4:45 remaining in the ball game. The and one bucket is good. It's an 11-point Miami lead. They did get Pack back into the ball game to handle the basketball for Miami. 4:40 remaining. Moncrief comes out in a trap. They do get it across half court. 4:34 remaining. Up top to Omir. Moving around the horn, Poplar to the right side. Now Pack has it between the rings. 10 on the shot clock. 8, 7, Pack. Crossover, down the lane. Puts up the shot, rejected. They're going to call a foul.
Wow.
With 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock, there was a reach-in on Justin Hill.
And Mike White wants an explanation as to how did you call that?
That's the 8th team foul for Georgia, so it'll be 1-1 for Miami here. And Mike White did not like that call.
I didn't like it. So that's 2.
You don't ever like him, Chuck. First free throw, good.
I just like them when they're right.
Yeah. They called, excuse me, I misspoke. They called Pack in the act of shooting there. So he got 2 here. As Melendez goes to the bench. Hill remains in the ball game. Deloach is fouled out. Abdur-Rahim has 3 fouls. Second free throw, good. The lead back to 13. 14-13 remaining. Hill with the basketball. Thomason on the right wing, looking for help. Abdur-Rahim at the top of the key. Moncrief cuts back door, nothing doing. Damari with it. Back up top on the left wing, 11 on the shot clock. Damari drives the lane. They're going to wave off the bucket and call a charge against Georgia.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, as much physicality has been displayed on this floor on drives,
Points off 13 Georgia turnovers for Miami, a big part of this lead. 71-58, 3:54 remaining. Full court pressure for the Dogs. And they do break the press. Pack will hold the basketball with the double-digit advantage for Miami. Poplar with it on the right side to Cleveland. They're running back and forth across the top of the key. Pack moves left, and they're going to call a charge against Pack. That's going to be Pack's second foul, and the team's 10th.
Well, I think it's maybe I think they already had 10. I think it was on their 11th.
Yeah. They turn it off up there. Yes, it is their 11th foul this half. Georgia in the front court. Ooh, free ball down and out for Demery Jr. Miami gets the rebound, and they'll move it around into the front court and try to buy some more time. 3:06, 3:05 underneath. Pack puts it up and scores from the right side. And Chuck, that's just what you talked about. Kane quickly up the floor for Georgia. Inside to Abdur-Rahim, who scores from the right side on a layup. Good quick bucket. 73-60 the lead for Miami. They've trapped Pack down in the corner, and he calls a timeout.
That's a smart play because he was trapped. Dogs had all of his passing lanes cut off, and they were covering the paint underneath where the other Miami players were waiting for a pass out of that corner. Time for ACC teams in the first month for Mike White's squad, but listen, that's what's going to help this team.
Cleveland breaks deep, nothing doing. They get the ball into Pack, and he nicely navigates up court to Joseph, who has the basketball across the timeline. Omier, top of the key, leaves for Poplar. 9 on the shot clock now. Joseph's going to have to go. Kick out. Pack drives the right alley. Nothing doing. He's trapped down there, loses the handle, and it's going to be Georgia basketball.
Well, Georgia did another great job defensively. Forced Miami so deep into the shot clock that the young man was trying to hustle, and he lost control of the ball. With 0 on the shot clock, it rolled out of bounds.
This is one of those. This reminds me, Chuck, of one of those NFL games when teams are playing prevent defense, and they just start giving up points. Miami, just to the point of what the coaching staff of Georgia said, they don't like to play.
They don't like to play where they
slow.
come down and have to set it up. You're right.
And they're milking the clock, but at what risk with a 13-point lead? Georgia with the rock on the offensive end of the floor. Kane pulls the trigger on a 3 and hits it.
All right. This was a 10-point game at half, and it's now a 10-point game again.
That 3-point basket brought to you by Scana Energy, and Miami loses the basketball.
Well, I think Blue Kane knocked it out.
Kane knocked it out is what the officials say, so.
They're going to look. They're going to go over and check the monitor.
And the monitors are working again.
5 guys out of a transfer portal. They're still trying to learn each other's moves, where they are, where they go.
And a quick foul called against Georgia on the inbound play. They're going to get Moncrief for his first foul of the afternoon. And they really called that foul before the ball was even triggered in bounds, Chuck.
Yeah, well, that was M.A. just trying to be aggressive to get the steal. And look, you need a break like that. You need to steal 1 or 2.
And it could be the foul game for here on out for Georgia. Omier toes the line, including that bucket from the charity stripe is now 3 for 4. Make it 4 for 5 for the afternoon, and that pushes the lead back out to 12.
Well, you better believe they're going to go everywhere Blue Kane goes on the floor.
150 remaining in the ball game. Demery, I thought, might have pushed off there. Might have gotten away with one. They call Nigel Pack on the reach-in.
Yeah, so Silas will be at the line for the 1-and-1. No, it's double bonus. I'm sorry.
Both teams above 10 personal fouls apiece, so Demery at the free throw line, 1 of 2 this afternoon so far. First free throw, no good. Dogs 12 for 19 from the charity stripe.
Come on, Silas, knock this down.
Second free throw on the way, and it is good. Woo. Thomason will go back out of the ball game. He goes to the bench with 14 points as Justin Hill returns to the lineup for the Dogs. Abdur-Rahim guarding the inbound. They get it into Pack, and they're going to call a foul right in front of the Georgia bench. They all erupt. They wanted an out of bounds on the far boundary, but the foul apparently was committed before that.
Yeah, they called Demery for forcing him out of bounds, but he definitely dribbled the ball out of bounds. There was no doubt about that, but was he forced out? Well, the official said yes.
Demery's second foul as Pack toes the line. He's 5 of 5 this afternoon, not the guy you want to foul.
Well, he doesn't miss a lot. In fact, I don't think he's missed one all season long.
Well, go on and jinx him, Chuck.
Well, I've tried. I brought up that stat, so. All right, one more time. You know, he has not missed a single free throw the entire season.
Oh, I thought you did it.
I thought I did it.
I thought you did it, but you didn't. He made a second. 77-64, 145 remaining in the game. Georgia basketball. Demery drives, falls down, loses the handle. Miami collects. Coming up with it was Omier. He was right place, right time, looking for the back door for Cleveland. It's not open, but the three-pointer is. Shot no good. Cleveland backside rebound, put back good. Georgia quickly into the front court. Moncrief kick out three. Hill left corner. It's no good. Tapped out to Demery. Right side, Kane for three. It's no good. Rebound Miami. This time it's Joseph as we approach the 1 minute mark of the ball game. 79-64, the Canes lead. They'll hold it. 1 minute to go.
Oh, look
Demery
at Silas.
Gets a steal at half court. Pulls back, shoots the three. It goes in, comes out, tip back. Abdur-Rahim no good. He hits the deck hard, and while he's fouled in the act of shooting, 48.4 seconds remaining. Can we talk about Silas Demery, Chuck?
Let's do. I mean,
goodness gracious. Has he not played a whale of a basketball game?
Mike White said prior to the start of this season, said the young man who is a true freshman, just getting his feet wet in college, says he plays like he's 30 years old. And he really does. He's very poised on the floor, very smart. Had a steal of an inbounds pass against University of North Carolina Central after Georgia had scored. They were just inbounding the ball. He turned around, swiped it, laid it back up and in.
Demery, 8 points, 8 boards, a career high, 6 assists in 32 minutes of play. He has done it all this afternoon. Miami gets the basketball inbound after the free throws were both converted. They will kick out to Pack, who'll give it to Joseph, and he will work the clock, and that'll just about do it. Dogs are going to lay off with 16 on the shot clock, 30 seconds on the game clock. Poplar drives into the lane, loses the handle. It'll be Georgia basketball with a 6-second differential. But Miami, the 12th ranked Hurricanes, are going to move to 4-0 behind a lights-out shooting second half against the Georgia Bulldogs here this afternoon. The backside lob is good for Georgia. That's Moncrief who caught the lob from Demery. Another assist.
That's going to be it
For number 4, and that'll be the final score here in the Bahamas for Game 1. Miami and Georgia. The Hurricanes have won the ball game 79-68. The 12th ranked Canes will move on to play the winner of Providence and Kansas.